Hey guys, Casual Chrono here. In this video we are going to work on Chapter 122, the final battle, Time's Lament, from the mobile game Another Eden. I don't know if this is the final chapter in the storyline or not. It is August. It is April 13th, 2025, US time, and this content has only been out for a couple of days. The Wikipedia, which is an awesome resource. Bless the people that update it. But the content is so new, the wiki just hasn't been updated yet. So I don't know if this is the last chapter. The title kind of seems to indicate it probably is, but there might be like a follow-up chapter, tying up any loose ends. I don't know. We're going to find out. Either way, we are going to go ahead and get started on Chapter 122 and see where it takes us. Like all of the previous chapters, I am using my Wind Superboss team, Cesta normal style, equipped as such. It's a plus 50 power badge, and she has her enhanced special Grasta. Subami altar, geared mostly for survival. She has over 8,000 health. Melody, another style, also geared for survival, over 6,000 health. She has a 2,000 HP badge. Between the Purity Staff, which improves status resistances, and the Lustrous Ring, which improves status resistances, she can resist 90% of the time just about everything. And then Shani Altar, who is geared as such, plus 20 stats to everything, and has 7,800 unbuffed health. The back row characters, Otoa, another style, has Katana Grasta, and Tome has Katana Grasta, all to beef up Cesta. Otoa was also chosen because after every fight, she restores a little bit of the party's health and MP. So I don't have to use up food quite as often or leave and try and, find an inn or something like that. Sidekicks, Tetra with the Soothing Bell, Gunts with the Thundercrack necklace. Gunts is there basically when I blow the AF gauge, everyone's stats goes up by 20%, including Cesta's power and including Shani Altar's luck. Tetra is there, of course, for the heals, because Tetra is awesome. And also, she provides physical magical resistance improvements and max HP MP improvements once characters get below 80% health. So, anything else? I think that takes care of everything. So we are headed on the map to Dimensional Fortress Chronos. So let's go ahead and get started. Chapter 122. Let's see what we can see. For those unfamiliar with my walkthroughs, I tend to edit out cutscenes such as this one. That way you can go straight to whatever is important, whether it's a boss fight, looking for a certain treasure chest, etc. If the cutscene is extremely short, like that one, I sometimes leave it in. Alright, I can travel to it on the world map. Yay. There's a lot of places I've not yet explored. I expect to do a lot of these side quests, hopefully once I finish the main storyline. Alright, also, if you are unfamiliar with my videos, I will explore everything possible. I look for treasure chests, any secret paths, anything like that. So feel free to skip ahead in the video to whatever parts you need to watch, and you won't hurt my feelings. Alright, so we're going to uncover the map. Let's fight one of these things and see how much of a challenge they are. Alright, the whole team took damage, so the enhance if max HP Grastas aren't working. Is that because of Corrupt Wind? Alright, Corrupt Wind. Everyone's damage goes up by 20%. Allies take damage based on current HP. Okay, so it's kind of like a poison or a pain without the poison pain. Alright, so the way my team works, Sesta Twin Blades, because that's what Sesta does. Tsubame usually has Dragon Manifest first. Her speed is slower than Sesta's, so she only goes if the enemies survive Twin Blade Wolf. I usually do Depravity, it's preemptive. It gets pain on the enemies, which improves Sesta's damage, provides me with a barrier, and also reduces the enemy's power and intellect a little bit, just in case they do get off some attacks. And then Shani Altar is Stellar Awakened. That means Fated Love has already been cast. She and Sesta have Thorn Wedge. So Malediction is usually my go-to for her.
How's this? Listen, these are the cries of the voices.
Alright, looks like Sesta can knock out 2 without too much difficulty.
Good job! I mean, whatever, dudes.
And thanks to Atoa, the team is healed back. So say you're going to attack me?
Promise me a watch. Leave no one alive.
If you leave the setting on repeat up here at the top, they remember the commands and all you have to do is click auto attack. Makes things a little quicker.
These are the cries of the voices. Sesta did good.
Alright, this cube is Fragments of Attack. Alright, nothing this way. That's a pretty looking creature. Bronze cores this way. You gonna attack me?
Who should I kill? Listen, these are the cries of the voices.
Oh. 0 damage? Alright, so let's see if we can figure out why. Because obviously her first attacks hurt. Alright, null to Starving Wolf. Null. No. No. That's not going to be good. This is a wind team. So does it automatically become null to anything that first hits it? Core charge. So what do we do in this case? I don't really want it to pain to death. The back row characters aren't strong enough. So I wonder if we should just run away. Can't run away. I wonder why it took damage and then stopped.
Try harder.
I wonder if it has to do with that one little stack thing. Still no. Okay. We'll try one more run. Nope. Well, this might end in a stalemate. I might have to force quit and start the app again. I don't think I have any Kaleido type effects.
Listen.
Oh,
Are the cries of the
that hit.
voiceless.
I don't understand. Okay, well, that was mildly unpleasant, so let's see if we can avoid those in the future.
Jester is ready.
Okay. Against horrors, I'd pretty much just do the exact same thing.
Listen. These are the cries of the voiceless.
Alright, looks like a 50% HP stopper. Alright, it forced me into doing shade attacks, and now I'm healing him. Or her. Body structure suggests a him. So now does that mean I'm permanently shade, or does it only last a certain number of turns? Kaleido turns left 1. Okay, so I can just sit back and do whatever. Center. Let's beef her up. A little depravity again for the barrier. And a little toad stream. I don't really care if I heal the creature. One other thing about my team, if you're unfamiliar with some of the mechanics of these characters. So alter characters, like Alter Shani, Alter Tsubami, because they're an alter character, they kind of have an extra ability. In Tsubami's case, anytime a zone is deployed, it gets some extra turns. So when Melody AS deploys a wind zone, I have 6 turns of it before it runs out, which is awesome. And during those 6 turns, Melody stacks up all she needs to redeploy it. So pretty much the two of them make sure that I have a non-stop wind zone, except for the 1 turn that it takes for Melody to deploy it. So, nice little perk there.
How's this? Listen.
Very important for Sesta, since she requires an awakened wind zone to do her twin blade attacks. Alright, anything else here? Alright, force a phase shift. Nothing this way, so that would be the map of the first area. Dimensional Fortress Chronos. Second area. I'll see if I can bypass some of the enemies. I'm not really getting any experience or anything. Alright. Looks like a big red egg. Alright, so clicking on the red eggs opens up paths. Check. I can do that. Looks like another horror.
Only death follows.
I'm just going to be lazy and heal it and then have Sesta destroy it again.
There. Listen. These are the cries of the voiceless. Try harder.
Alright, she should heal it back up. Make it very happy. It's not like he's doing much damage to me. Alright, I forget if this is the last turn as shade attacks or if next turn is.
How's this? Listen. These are the cries of
okay.
the voiceless. Sister did good.
Easy enough. Nothing this way. See some cubes over there. Oh, there's one of those annoying creatures I'd like to avoid if possible. Okay, let's go get the cube first before anything happens and I'm unable to. You know, Gabble is the currency. I have not used Gabble at all in any of these chapters. Kind of seems like a missed opportunity. Okay. Let's click on this one. I'm assuming we'll go back that way. Nope, easy enough. Nothing that way. Let's get this cube. More high-class scrolls. Next area. Possibly last area? Or at least there's a cutscene, probably. Alright, can't go that way. Looks like these might form a path of some kind. Alright, phase shift thingamabob there. Alright, there's a stationary horror and a cube next to it. Let's go see what the cube is.
These are the cries of the voiceless.
Alright, so one full turn of shade attacks.
Listen, these are the cries of the voiceless. Take this.
And I should be back to normal this turn. And no more HP stopper.
Listen, these are the cries of the voiceless.
Alright, and for our trouble we get Luring Shadow Katana. My Sesta has 30. And I could raise her if I wanted to, but I pretty much... She herself is not Stellar Awakened. I mean, I have a Stellar Awakened Sesta, but I'm enjoying just using regular Sestas, who I'm familiar with. Alright. Alright, looks like I gotta click on that thing. I wonder if I can do this and dodge the creature. There we go. I have to admit, I do like that we can see where the creatures are, and we do have the possibility of avoiding them. I don't like random encounters. Yeah, I'm a huge RPG fan, but random encounters after a while do get a little tedious at times. Alright, anything this way? Aha! What's over here? A cube. And gold. Nothing this way. Alright, so that's what the map looks like at the moment. Looks like we can go this way to get that cube. So why don't we go ahead and do that before we change the geography. More high-class scrolls. Can I go back this way? Yes. Alright, so probably nothing there. Yep. Alright. Nothing this way. You can't seem to go up, even though it looks like you could. And automatic cutscene. Alright, looks like we have to climb a fortress next. And I'm sure there will be puzzles to figure out. And now we can go this way. Nothing this way. Alright, so there's a map of the entrance to the fortress. Eroded capital. And we can't warp there. Okay. Same thing. I'm going to search to the best of my ability. Everything here. What's this? That must be the right before a big boss fight. You know how there's like a door or an elevator or stairs that go back to floor number 1? That's probably that. Alright. Cube to the left with murmur scripts. And nothing to the right. So no murmur scripts. Aha! Walked through some rubble and we are in a mapless area with a cube that gives us self-improvement ore. Or Grasta. Oops. Right now I only have 2. I'm not sure if that's all there is, but I have been enjoying using those 2, so having a 3rd one is great. Plus there's not much use for Jadeite of supports after a while. And let's go ahead and upgrade it. Got one that's 50, one that's 40, and this one is going to be another 40. I'll take that. Okay. Anything else? No. Alright, on the west side there's a spot to force a phase shift. Fragments of support and nothing. Nothing this way. Nothing this way. Let's see what you are. Maybe you turn on that door? Yep. Do we have a floor number? It doesn't say. Okay. Alright, oh, there's a map of floor number 1 with a hidden area over here with a self-improvement Grasta. Floor number 2 with a green exclamation mark. Well, I guess we should see what that's all about. Alright, most of the main characters at this point have gotten some type of object, but I still don't know what they're for. I was hoping it was for like some sort of SA thing, you know, but I think the Reddit boards would be exploding if suddenly we had like 8 new SA characters, so... My next best guess is probably Grasta or a personal weapon of some kind. Alright, can't go back there. So this would be floor number 3, I guess. Alright. Anything this way? Monster nest, it looks like. I'm curious, monster nests, does anyone ever use them? I mean, if I want to get experience, I go phase shift farming. What's this? Nope. And there's really not many materials that I'm looking for that would require endless amounts of farming. Alright, there's that row done. Oh, there's a cube. Power of offense P. What would P be? Strengthen in piercing flash. And let's see if it's shareable or not. Yep. Alright. Piercing flash stance. Damage 15% for everyone in it with a dormant... That's what the little P in brackets means. It's shareable. So someone in the back row can equip it, and the people in the front row will benefit. Does anyone really use that flash dance? I actually just used it on the Ukwajis, testing out one of Nilia's abilities, but it's not like I use it that often. Alright. Nothing this way. Bypass that. Crystal of support, and nothing that way. Alright, next area. Actually, let me go back. This would be the completed map for this section. Now, next area. Alright, little bouncy green thing, and an automatic cutscene. Alright, brief cutscene. I may or may not edit that out. You get gold and nothing. Alright, next. Looks like we're outside again. More potentially useless gabble. Stupid red meteors blocking the path. Alright, let's see anything over here. Looks like something clickable. Alrighty. Let's go check out that cube and then move on. Guiding light axe. Renry would be happy. Trying to think of other axe users I use a lot. Right, nothing that way. Looks like that's probably back inside, so let's see what's over here. Nope, one more cube. And I went all that way for some fragments of support. Alright, back indoors. There's a short hallway. More high-class scrolls. And back outside. And fairly close to that quest marker. We're zooming out. That usually means a big fight, and I see Emperor Kronos there. Check the team. Full health. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's see what we're going to see. Alright, Master Difficulty Kronos Sabbath versus Sesta Wind Team. Alright, in situations like this, I always like to blow the AF gauge first and get Gunce's aura going. So we're going to do Starving Wolf, and then the threes, Dragon Manifest, Depravity, and Malediction. Then we're going to do the twos, Starving Wolf, and then Fierce Feline Storm, Magical Smash, and even though Fated Love has already been cast, I do it again just because I don't want a piano. And then I just hit all ones after that, Toadstreeb, Dark Drill, Injaku Neku Rambu. And when the AF gauge gets kind of close to end, I switch over and do Twin Blade. So 3, 1, 1, 1, or sorry, 1, 3, 3, 3, little dyslexia there, 1, 2, 2, 2, and then all ones. 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, all ones, and Twin Blade.
Listen, these are the cries of the voiceless.
I don't see much in the way of his health bar depleting. I don't see his health bar depleting at all. And he just did 5 damage. Okay. Does he have that much health, or his physical and magical resistance are only medium increased? And with all of those decreases, it shouldn't be that hard to damage him. No resists either. Alright. Well, maybe this is just part of the fight, and we have to go a couple of turns before he says something like, oh, I'm going to kill you all, and then we can actually do more damage to him. So, let's go ahead and I'm going to keep doing Depravity, mainly because I get a damage barrier. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep attacking, and we're going to see what happens. Banish.
Listen, these are the cries of the voiceless.
It kind of looks like the HP bar is moving just the tiniest of bits. But then I look again and it looks like normal. So, alright, this is turn 3, so we're going to Fated Love, Magical Smash. We'll just do all... Actually, let's attack and we'll get the AF gauge back.
Listen, these are the cries.
See, it kind of looks like it's moving. It might just be like the movement of the background. Okay, he's not doing much damage to me, but I'm pretty much not doing any damage to it. I don't know if this is normal or not. Alright, we're going to blow the AF gauge again. And do the same thing. 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, all ones. 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, all ones. And I'm just going to Twin Blade Wolf once we get that combo rate up. And it still doesn't look like the HP bar is moving. We'll Twin Blade now.
These are the cries of the voiceless.
I've done something like 20 billion in damage so far, which should be a lot for a normal team. I sure hope I don't have to have Aldo in the party to do something.
Try harder.
Turn number 5. Alright, this is what we'll do. We'll go to turn number 10, and if nothing is still happening, I might force quit, bring in Aldo, and see if there's something about this fight that Aldo has to be involved with. Alright, so turn 5, back. Twin Blade, attack, depravity, and attack.
There. Listen. These are the cries of the voiceless.
He actually hurt my team. Okay, so looks like you have to survive for 5 turns before Kamlanage appears. Now, I won't lie, I'm hoping I don't have to control Guilty Hades. I really don't like those fights. I mean, I grew up, I watched Gundam as a teenager, but I just don't like controlling Guilty Hades. Oh, maybe I won't have to. Alright, I have control again. How's my party? Very weak. And looks like the next step is right up ahead. Alright, so based on what I saw, you just have to survive for 5 turns. And then there's going to be a cutscene, and then you get out of the fight. So, food. Alright, yay. Okay. Watch there be like an inn in the middle of the capital. I just wasted that food for nothing. I don't see any enemies. Alright, anything this way? Or this way? Yes. An int badge. Alright. It's not a plus 50, because that was already equipped and I only have one. I guess it's possible it was a plus 40. More likely it was 35 or below. But, regardless. Free int badge if you walk over here. That was everything, right? Nothing that way, nothing down. Okay. Alright. Nothing that way. Broken orb looking thing. Nothing this way. Door. Can I walk up to the broken orb thing? And it doesn't do anything. Uh-oh, and a door. Which door do I do? Yeah, let's just go left. I'm already there. I wonder if I have to go through both, do something to activate that orb, and then move on with life. It's probably going to be what happens. Alright. Silver cores for the sidekick equipment I've never seen. Anything at all this way? Alright, looks like I could take a southern path and avoid the horror, or take a northern path and beat up the horror. Alright. No hidden paths, looks like some type of terminal. That's it, we'll put Sesta in charge of a computer terminal. Alright. The west side is active. Oh. Is it nice? Are we allowed to warp back? Yes. Alright, that saved a little bit of trouble. East side. It did look like there was something on the other side. Looks like a chest that's already been opened. Oh well. Alright, fragments of life right there. Looks like pretty much an inverse of the other area. The horror this time is along the bottom. And if we just walk up and walk across, you just have to dodge one non-aggressive monster. And probably the other terminal is in here, yeah. Kind of predictable. Not complaining, just... Alright. And I see the little warp thing right there, so... Alright, east and west are powered up.
I can be cute.
Alright.
And I can be hot. Which do you like, dear?
Team is at full health. Alright, Maze of Fate. See a little tail right there. Not in a good way. Alright, I don't think we can go much higher. You all thinking this might be Big Boss Baddie round 2? The end of time awaits. Are you sure you wish to proceed? That's not ominous at all, but yes. Hey Scoob, it looks like we got the whole gang together again. Alright, master difficulty, possibly final boss. If RPGs have time begins to bend as it is devoured. Okay, so... Alright, so we can't fill up the AF gauge, which means Guns' aura is in effect, right? Yep. My team is stronger, thanks. Alright, I see one life point right away. If role-playing games have taught us anything, there's probably multiple phases of this fight. We're going to kill them, think we've won, and then there'll be something even worse, so... Alright, well... We'll do the standard. Twin Blade, Dragon, Depravity, Malediction. And let's just see what happens. Oh, he goes fast. I can actually see the HP bar depleting. Oh. No, I didn't. I just vocalized that. I figure it's going to take multiple rounds. Alright, that's like 1.5 billion. Oh. That was the old damage cap. Alright, consumed a life point.
Take this.
Oh, my attacks continue from the previous round. I guess that means my buffs probably continue too. Alright, the music has changed, so he's probably even more lethal now. Alright. Fated Love was automatically cast. I did Malediction last turn, so she can start with Toadstrib. We'll go ahead and do... See, I like Depravity a whole lot. It's preemptive and gives me a damage barrier. Magical Smash just improves damage, and Dark Drill reduces wind resistance. Given that Sesta knocked out one of his lives without these buffs, let's just go ahead and keep doing Depravity and keep some defenses up. And now I can do Fierce Feline Storm, and that will increase the party's wind attacks by 50%. So that will help Sesta, and Sesta will Twin Blade. There's my barrier. Twin Blade. Looks like an HP stopper. Yep. Oh, are all the characters going to get in on this? Good job, Rika. Y'all need your stellar awakenings. Come on. Wow. 61 million. That was pretty good. Alright. This is turn 3. So things like Fated Love are going to probably start dropping. Let's go ahead and do one more Toad Strib. Do I still have my barriers? They only last for one turn. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. We're going to go ahead and Jaku Neku Rambu. That will improve weapon type damage. And Twin Blade, because Sesta.
Move. Listen. These are the cries of the
Alright, there goes probably another life point. Or into the next phase, something like that. Helena. She is Stellar Awakened. Amy did twice as much damage. Oh? Are there some wings I gotta worry about now? Yes, there are. Okay. Let's take a look at these wings. Physical resistance decreased. Okay. Alright, looks like that's it. So, it's turn 4. We need to do Fated Love. We're going to Depravity. We just did Injaku Neku Rambu. So let's do Dragon Manifest and reduce wind resistance. And let's Twin Blade. Yeah. One of the wings.
Listen. These are the cries of the voiceless.
Alright, looks like they both have HP stoppers. Alright, the Hollow Crew. Beast Folk. Now, this is Master Difficulty. For a final fight, he's doing like double digits, triple digits damage. I keep waiting for something absolutely horrible to happen. Alright. I could blow the AF gauge, but just in case, it looked like Twin Blade's doing a pretty good job. So we'll just keep up what we've been doing. And Twin Blade again. Keep that damage barrier up.
These are the cries of the voiceless.
Alright, Ash Tier. And Fine, of course. Looks like they healed the whole team, so... Oh, and Fine gave me the full AF gauge. Looks like Melody went into depraved mode again. Turn 6, yep. So we got 6 turns left of the wind zone. Alright, so question. Do we blow the AF gauge now? Or do we expect another HP stopper or another phase? You know what? Fine gave us a full AF gauge to work with. Let's play into that and pretend like we need it. So it looks like we need to do the debuffs anyway. So we're going to do what we did before. 1 3s, 1 2s, all 1s, twin blade towards the end. 1 3 3 3, 1 2 2 2, all 1s. Looks like it's out of twin blade. Looks like it's out of life. So we'll see what comes next. Especially after getting... Oh, if Varu gets the final blow on this, that would just be perfect. Did he? Is there like a phase 2? Alright, stay tuned for more adventures with Aldo and friends. Where one journey ends, another must begin. Alright, so the world has returned to normal. We can still travel across the Edax domain. We can travel to the Tree of Time. We cleared chapter 122. Cleared part 3. There's a campaign going on right now. As long as you clear it before, I think, the end of May 2025, you get 1,000 Kronos stones. Yep, 1,000 Kronos stones, because we completed the main storyline. Alright, there is a chapter 123. Okay. Can I do it right now? So like an epilogue? Oh, there's no little green icon on any of the timelines. Doesn't really give a hint. My beloved friend on the shores of time. And that's proof that was master difficulty. For a final boss, that seemed pretty easy. Not complaining. Alright, records. What loot did we get? Alright, we should have gotten 100 stones for finishing 122. Looks like we had another 100 for clearing the main story part 3. And then the horror and a few stones for little tiny encounters. So 235 stones. So that puts me at 6,000 free stones. It's a nice number. Don't really have anything to pull right now. I mean, I don't have Jet Shion another style. And I don't have regular Shion extra style. I do have her. And all of those I think are paid. Yeah. Paid. Okay. I can side grade the Shions though, so while it will take some time, the immortal words of the Joker, time is the one thing I've got. As he sat in Arkham. Okay. Oh. Okay, well, I guess whenever Chapter 123 is released, I guess it's going to start right here. Okay. Alright, well, really quick, final thoughts. I liked how the final few chapters didn't drag out and become like 3-hour slog fests. The bosses in the most recent chapters, this part of the storyline, were a lot easier than I expected. If you have normal Cesta and any type of decent support for her, like Shani Alter, I probably could have replaced her with Sawyer. As long as I could have replaced one of them with Suzette to reawaken the Wind Zone. Like, I don't think this particular team made it easy. I think the developers just kind of allowed it to be a little easier. I mean, you saw the final boss, aside from not knowing what was going on in that first phase and just not knowing I had to wait 5 turns, I wasn't really threatened at all. So anyway, yeah, that was incredible. I love the storyline. I liked the content. I've loved the game. I mean, I would not be sitting around making... I think my YouTube channel has over about 250 videos. I'm not making money. I don't have it set up for subscriptions. You all are getting this premium content for free, so don't you forget it. But I love the game, so I do hope it continues in some form, and it sure seems to hint that it will continue in some way. In the meantime, there are many side quests that we need to address in the Edax domain, and I think that's probably what I'm going to be doing for a little while. There's no doubt some super bosses to discover as well. I've already had someone ask me about the ogre bosses, and I kind of sort of have an idea of where to go for that. Seems like starting with Dr. Ku's lab, there was like an ogre quest chain there, so I guess as I get further in that, there'll be some pretty nasty ogres to fight. And of course there will be crossovers. We already know from the the pre-anniversary live stream. There we go. Say that 10 times fast. We know that there is future content coming up. We know that Myrus is getting a Stellar Awakening. We know that Gildna and Altina are going to be involved in some type of little story. So we know there's more content coming. And it seems like we will have some type of story continuation. As they told us a long time ago, it may not focus on the Kronos family, but there's nothing stopping Aldo from getting up in other people's businesses, because that's what he's been doing for 122 chapters so far. So, anyway, I hope this video helps you. It's a fun ride, and I'm looking forward to whatever's coming up next. So, hope this helps. Casual Chrono, signing out.